Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Hello.
Can't hear you, Michelle.
We can't hear you, Michelle.
Can you hear me?
We can hear Angela.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. Hi, Kate.
I'm here
Hi.
too. In the crowd. Hi, Angela.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yeah. Chris is getting the girls up to bed. They're in his hands.
Mm.
Oh, we're live apparently.
Yep.
Hi everyone. Good morning.
Hey, Josh. Hey, Jan. What's going on, you guys? Good to see you, Jan.
So this is going to be a pretty casual hangout, as you guys can tell. I actually just I honestly thought I had 2 more hours.
I didn't, and I still dressed up really nice, didn't I?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, Bill?
Hi.
Can you hear me? We're having just crazy, stupid technical difficulties on our end. Webinar on air kind of sucks. But in any case, are we live?
You're live.
Oh, can
We're
everyone
live,
see
Bill.
me? Hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Nobody can hear. We are. I can hear Michelle from a distance.
Can everyone hear me? Meaning, like, can all the attendees hear me? So everybody in the chat box, all the attendees, if you can hear my voice right now, just say yes in the chat box.
You have a little delay, right?
I know there's a 15-second delay usually.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Now, okay, thank you, Jan. Now she can hear us. Anybody else other than Jan? Thank you, by the way, Jan, for that confirmation. We got a lot of people here. Yes, okay, awesome. Okay, cool. I think there's a little bit of a delay, and now it's kicking in. So thank you, Josh. Thanks, Lisa, Evelio, Jan. Thanks, everybody. All right, so we got the technical difficulties out of the way. That always happens as internet marketers, that we have technical difficulties. I think it's funny that as internet marketers we have technical difficulties with like the internet stuff. And if we're having these kind of technical difficulties and we're internet people, like what are the manufacturers? They must have problems, right? I mean, or like the apple pickers when they have like their hangouts, do they have technical problems like this? Does like the union guys, like the electric workers, the International Brotherhood of Iron Workers, do they have technical difficulties when they do their hangouts too? Or is it just the internet marketers that have the technical difficulties? That's a whole nother webinar that we'll do later on. But for now, we're happy to have you here. And there's been a lot of suspense, around this webinar for you. And before I dive into that, I just want to let you know that you see a panel of people here below you. I want to briefly introduce who we have on the panel right now. First of all, there's Norbert Orlowitz. Norbert is the other really handsome guy who is on this call. And if you don't know Norbert, or maybe if you're newer onto the scene, just to give a little backdrop, Norbert actually is one of the original founders and creators of My Lead System Pro. So he, along with Brian Finale and Todd Schlomer, actually created and built My Lead System Pro. And if you're not familiar with My Lead System Pro, it's one of the premier online training platforms and online communities within our industry. So from a marketing standpoint and a visionary standpoint, Norbert brings to the table an immense amount of experience just from leadership, from marketing, from everything. You name it, he's been able to do that. He was the driver of a very large, significant, profitable company within our space. So we're happy to have him here. We've got Kate McShay, who is slugging down. She has it in a coffee cup, but that's really bourbon. It's not actually coffee she's drinking right now. But Kate Also, among other things, is a member of My Lead System Pro. She's part of the EMT within My Lead System Pro. Kate and her husband Andrew are just phenomenal marketers. They've really specialized in video over the last couple of years, and through their marketing strategies and techniques, they've been able to generate, I think, roughly about 30 or 35,000 leads online. They've recently launched their own product, an amazing product which did very well. And from a marketing and coaching standpoint, Kate and her husband Andrew are really just top notch. So we're happy to have you here, Kate, with us. And then we have Angela. Angela, is it Hardy Boswell? What's your last name nowadays? You've got your maiden name. You're muted out. Unmute yourself.
There we go. Yeah, I mean it's Boswell. I'm known as Hardy in My Lead System Pro.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but call me Boswell.
Okay. And as you can tell, Angela, by her accent, she's from South Jersey, right? Obviously, that's a very Jersey accent there.
Yeah.
And Angela also is a member of My Lead System Pro. Are you currently part of the MMT?
I am, yeah.
So she's part of the one of the mastermind teams within My Lead System Pro, and Angela also just has done a lot from a marketing standpoint, team building standpoint. She's really, I know I've seen some of her videos, and she's able to generate a lot of leads with what she does in her marketing. So this is just a few of the people that we have sort of as part of what we're calling our leadership group. And there's some other people that you'll be seeing as well, but for this call today, and they were unable to attend the call, which is why they're not here. But we have some other really phenomenal leaders and marketers that are all within our group within Mobe, and that's, I guess, the important thing. So the connection here is that we are all in Mobe. We're all in this together. We're all underneath sort of the umbrella of what is, I guess, you call Michelle's and my team. But everyone brings something different to the table, from experience standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, and a marketing standpoint. And the reason why I'm sharing this with all of you, and the reason why this is important to you and why it's going to benefit you, is because behind the scenes, we've been working on a team membership site. All right? It's sort of in the beta process right now, our actual own site, but we're going to roll out here in the near future, in early December, in fact, a team site that is going to provide a significant amount of advantages to all of us, right? Not just for those of us here that you see, not for just sort of this leadership group that we've created, but for every one of you who are listening on this call right now, and for those that are not able to attend, everyone that's within our organization of Mobe, you're going to be able to benefit from this team site. Now, you're probably just saying, okay, Bill, a team site, like what do you mean, like a website, like another Facebook group, we already have all that stuff. And the answer is no, it's not just like a website or just a group or just a community. This is an actual team site that you'll be able to use to leverage all of us and our experience for your own benefit, right? And what I mean by that is that this team site will be a site that has content on that site, that by you being a part of our team and part of this team site, you will be able to leverage this content that we are all creating, that we've either already created in the past or are going to create here in the near future, and you'll be able to leverage this content to share, right? To share to your list, to share on social media, to share on your own blog or with your own marketing, with the real benefit being that you'll be able to seamlessly insert your own affiliate link into that content, right? So say, for example, I've done a really cool video about Mobe and the reasons why Michelle and I joined Mobe. And I go into detail on the pains that we experience and the benefits of Mobe, and it's this really amazing, compelling video, and you think, wow, Bill just did such a really cool job on that video. I could probably do it, but I'd rather just kind of piggyback off on Bill. You can grab that content through this team site, have your own link in there, your own Mobe link, and then go out and share that. So when people see that and they say, sounds good, let me click, it's cookie to you, right? So this is a way for you to build your own Mobe business and become an affiliate. Now, there's other things in this team site that will be a part of it as well. We're going to have, in addition to just the content that you'll be able to just basically ethically steal and insert your own links into, we'll have several different income streams set up, right? So for example, MOB obviously, or MTTB will be the first and foremost, but we'll have an MLSP income stream. We'll have like an Aweber income stream. We will have a ClickFunnels income stream. We can actually have up to 10 different income streams, right? Actually other entities. Nothing that will conflict with MOB, by the way. MOB will be the primary driver for this. And we'll all have affiliate links, right? So anytime that you can send a prospect, you can send a lead, you can send them, drive them to this site, and they can then check out all these different things, these different income streams, and your link will be there. So if they say, if you are responsible for getting that person to the site, and they say, let me check out this MLSP thing, they can join then through you. Your affiliate link will be attached to it. Same thing with MOB, same thing with all these different income streams. So it will basically be a way to leverage this site, leverage the collective marketing prowess that we all bring to the table for your own purposes, right? For your own specific income streams, for building your own MOB team, etc. Now, for all of us that are already in, at the very least, MTTB, you're just getting this, right? There's not a cost associated with this. The only cost would just be a little bit of time and effort that it's going to require you to set it up and insert your links, right? Which is really not a cost at all. It's just a little bit of time and effort on your part. But there's no actual hard cost for membership. There's not monthly reoccurring fees. There's not an initial cost. Michelle and I have already basically taken care of the cost to get all this team membership site going. And then we have those of you that you see here and some others that are helping with the creation and setup and implementation of the site. But for you, this won't cost a dime. However, for anyone not yet in, right, so for prospects, for leads, for your prospects, the cost to be able to share in this and gain access to all this is the cost of MTTB, right? So to be a part of this team site, be a part of this overall team, which we're calling the Online Profit Team, it will cost them $49. It'll basically, which not just $49, they'll actually have to join you as an MTTB member, right? So that is the cost, which I don't really look at it as a cost because what they're getting with MTTB, as we all know, is a business opportunity, right? It's a business opportunity. It's a coach. It's a 21-step, plan and blueprint. So they're really getting a whole lot in addition to the power and leverage of this team site that we're giving to them, right? And so this is how you're going to be able to leverage this. They'll be able to access different trainings that we've created. Those of us who are in this leadership group are going to create different bonuses based upon our own different various expertise, and you can leverage those bonuses to people. So a not yet in person, or a person not yet in, a prospect, to access the training that we're going to do, to access the bonuses that we're going to have, to access the team site, to access the different income streams they'll have access to be able to promote, to access and be able to leverage the content that we'll be able to provide that they can just share and use. They just have to join you in MTTB, right? And as we all know, by joining MTTB, on the back end, they're now in that MTTB funnel. They'll have a coach. They'll be working within the MOB, the constructs of the MOB funnel and the MOB system, right? So the likelihood that you have this person coming in and then them upgrade within MOB is highly likely, right? Especially because they're going to have the support of not only what MOB provides to them, but they're going to have the support of what everything we're providing in this team site, which is, again, a collective effort to provide value and training and content that this, for example, a brand new person, a maybe brand new internet marketer or brand new into this person who doesn't even have one piece of content of their own, original content, who's new to all this and that doesn't maybe feel comfortable shooting videos yet. They're going to be able to immediately access all this at their fingertips to then build their own MOB business. So the likelihood of your brand new person upgrading within MOB is, well, it's a much greater likelihood because not only will they have the MOB system and the MOB coach and all that they get with that, but they'll have everything that we're providing to them. So in other words, it's a safer play for them, and they'll feel more comfortable and more confident to go through the system to upgrade it when they feel it's appropriate because they know they're going to have support and training from what we're providing parallel to what they're already getting. So does that make sense? And I
That's
know I just
really
kind of
well.
threw up all over my computer screen onto all of you. Norbert, would you like to step in here and maybe provide a alternative explanation or more explanation to what I just shared with people to help them really understand this?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay. Yeah, that was really well explained, Bill. Really well explained. I think the only thing that I can add to this at this point, because I don't want to drag on this webinar either, is maybe just show you guys what this looks like in action. If you'd like to see that. So I think that would be really good, because then you can really take this conceptual idea and actually see it in action. And really the two big things. The two huge benefits here is one, being able to leverage content from leaders, really powerful, engaging content, that you don't have to create, and leveraging it as your own. The second big powerful benefit is the multiple streams of income. As we all know, multiple streams of income is the way to really profit. As an internet marketer, you'll see all of the top earners in our niche, all the top earners promote multiple products, services.
Hey, Norb, we just lost you.
And do your advertising and be profitable in business. I'm getting a little bit of lag here in the video. I'm hoping that you can that I'm coming through okay.
We lost you for a second, Norbert, but now you're back. You're now
Okay.
loud and clear.
Yeah, so just like James says there, I think it's really going to help the new people, which is really, we want as many results as possible. We want to see people creating success. And then the other big thing is having a killer offer. MTTB is a killer offer. It's a great offer. For $49, there's a lot that the prospect gains. Okay. But at the same time, MTTB is not a brand new offer. One of the things with the internet is the shiny product syndrome, the new shiny hot object, thing that goes on, and everybody likes to jump from the newest thing to the newest thing. And so it's really distracting for people, and people never really gain any momentum. Bill and Michelle, you guys just wrote an excellent article on your blog about that. And one of the cool things that I love about Mobe is it's a company that's been around for 5 years now. It's a solid company, still growing and still attracting the attention of a lot of top marketers and top affiliates that see the value in it. Well, already the prospect is getting a lot for $49. What we're able to do with this team site is we're able to stack the offer to an insane amount of value, because we're going to be providing the additional training. Each of us will be providing a product as a bonus, and they're going to be getting the ability to actually be a member of the team site and use the site as their own. So when you stack up all that value for $49, it's going to be a no-brainer offer that can really crush it. And what's awesome is, we as experienced marketers, we're able to put a package like that together. And that's why you'll see, when there's affiliate contests, it's usually the experienced marketers that win those affiliate contests, because they're able to stack the offer with lots of bonuses. Buy from my link and you get all these bonuses, right? And that's how you win the contests. Well, now you, as a brand new marketer, will able to have the exact same advantage, because you're going to be able to use our offer with all of our bonuses as your very own. Okay, that is a huge leverage point for everybody on our team, and a huge leverage point for new people signing up, looking at the offer, deciding which team to join, Mobe. It makes it a no-brainer. Plus, it also eliminates the need for you to be that leader right out of the get-go, because as you know, when you're joining a company, you want to join with somebody that you feel comfortable with, who's a leader, who's going to be able to help you in your business. Well, we wanted to eliminate that issue as well, because that's why we're positioning it as a team. You're not joining Bob Jones, you're not joining Norbert Orlowitz, you're joining the team, you're joining our team, and you get all the benefits. Doesn't matter who you join with, you're joining the team. Okay, so now it's no longer you, a brand new marketer who's got to position yourself as the leader to join. Now you're leveraging all of our expertise and our credibility and all the things that we've put in place, and they're joining the team. All right, so that's really, really exciting. So I want to show you guys an example of this in action. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. And what's really cool, who here, okay, just for me, guys, screen, just click yes, we can see your screen. And I know there's a bit of a delay there, but just make sure that you can, I just want to make sure you guys can see my screen. Now,
Yeah, right now we're seeing Michelle's blog.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Okay. So if you guys have been to Michelle and Bill's blog, do they not put out some awesome content, like almost on a daily basis? This was a great article. I don't know if Michelle wrote that, but it was an awesome article. The update on Facebook promotional page posts, great article. You know, so many great articles on their blog, so many great videos. Now imagine, as a brand new marketer, even an intermediate marketer, you might have your own blog. Can you imagine being able to use the content from Michelle and Bill's blog as your very own and profit from that, from using that content, from sharing their content, okay? And that's really what we're going to be able to do. Now, I want to show you an example of a team site. This whole team site concept, it's a software that was developed by a friend of ours out of the UK, Gavin Mountford, and some of you might have seen the promotions for the team site software. And just give me a quick yes if you've seen, if you've seen this team site concept promoted by Gavin. Just let me know if you're familiar with it. I want to show you an example of somebody in Mobe. This is a leader inside of Mobe who used the original version of this software. Andrea Ansari, some of you might know her. She's a leader inside of Mobe. She put together this Millionaire Mastermind team site for her team. And it's a really cool site using that software that Gavin developed. And it basically allows all of her team members to leverage this website and leverage all the content on it, okay, and leverage all the bonuses. So you can see here that when somebody joins, so if I was a member of Andrea's team, I could send people to this website. When people land on this website, they're cookied to me and my affiliate link. And so when they go over here to see all the $6,268 worth of bonuses, and they decide to join Mobe for MTTB for $49, I'm going to get credit for this. Okay, so this is how the team site concept works. The cool thing about this, well, this site is a team site specifically for Mobe. So you're going to see that everything about here is Mobe and MTTB and all this kind of stuff. Okay, and it's all about signing up and joining Mobe, and that is the only income stream on this team site. All right, and as you know, for us that have been in MLSP, we're big promoters of attraction marketing, and we talk so much about don't pitch your business opportunity, but provide real value to build your list, build a relationship with that list, and then you can promote multiple streams of income to that list, your business opportunity being one of them. So what's cool is Gavin has developed a new version of this software, which now allows you to promote multiple income streams and not just your main business opportunity. So that's why the site that we're putting together, the Online Profits Team website, is going to be a much more generic authority website with really awesome, great, actionable, valuable information that's not necessarily all centered around Mobe and MTTB. There's going to be articles there about attraction marketing, about just like Michelle and Bill have on their blog, about Facebook marketing, about Twitter marketing, pay-per-click marketing, social media, just really good, valuable information, articles, and videos helping people in their business. All right. So it's going to be very generic in that sense. And we're going to be able to promote multiple streams of income. So they don't have to join Mobe. They might decide to join MLSP. They might decide to purchase ClickFunnels. And if they purchase from the website that you sent them to, you're going to get the affiliate commission for that. Okay? It doesn't matter what they purchase. So I want to show you, this is Gavin's website that he developed using this new updated version of the software. His website is networkingsuperstars.com, and you guys can go check it out after this hangout just to have a look at what they've done and the way that they've set it up and just how cool this offer really is. When I saw this software that he developed, I reached out to him and I said, dude, this is really awesome. This is a really cool system, and he's been able to really create a lot of success on his team because of this team site concept. So if you see here on this website, you'll see that they've got the main blog, which is all the different articles. And as a member of this team site, okay, you can see here in the top it says you are referred to Networking Superstars by Gavin Mountford. Okay, what's going to happen is if let's just pretend that I'm a team member of Gavin's now, and I get my affiliate link to this site. I can now, let's say I want to promote this Pick Redirect review on Facebook, okay, to my network, or I want to send this out to my email list. I can grab this link to this article, put my affiliate ID number on the end of that link, and I can now send this out to my email list or share this on social media. When those visitors come to this website, they're automatically cookied to me. And if they purchase anything on this website, or they decide to sign up to join the team, okay, which in our case would be signing up into MTTB, I'm going to get the credit for that. All right. Now the cool thing here, you can see that they've put a bunch of bonuses. They've got $8,686 worth of bonuses in here, additional trainings that they've put together. Now this site, what's different with where our site is going to be very, very different from this site. One, this is really centered around Gavin Mountford. Okay, he's the leader of the team, and it's centered around his identity and his branding, which is great for Gavin. On our site, it's really going to be the team site. So it's going to be centered around our team and not really branding one individual person as the head of the team, but really the whole team concept. Okay. Also, the angle that he's taken with Networking Superstars team is he is leading with MLSP. So the way that you join their team and the way that you get access to all these bonuses and the way that you get access to using this website is by joining MLSP. Okay, and when you join MLSP through this website, through these links, you get access. Now we decided to do it differently because we're all part of MTTB and MOB. You know, we really see the leverage of putting our prospects into the MTTB funnel, the follow-up funnel. Because for $49, we get them into MTTB, they get the one-on-one coach, and they get put, and then MOB takes over and does the follow-up for us, allowing us to increase our customer value. And if you've been studying the trainings inside of MOB and what Bill and Michelle teach, you understand how important it is to increase your customer value. And by promoting MTTB on the front end to join our team for just $49, we're able to deliver an insane amount of value for a one-time investment, $49, plus that person goes into that MOB follow-up, which increases our customer value. And I think, Bill and Michelle, you guys are saying that, you know, one $49 MTTB sign-up for you guys right now is worth a value of $900 to them, okay, because they've upgraded all the way, and you know, with the way that the upsells go, that's essentially what their customer value is. Okay, so that's huge. So this is, I just wanted to show you guys an example. This is Gavin's site, networkingsuperstars.com. So our site is going to be very similar to this, except with those different angles. It's going to be really a team site, and it's going to be focused on leading with MTTB for $49. Okay, but we're going to have all the bonuses together. You know, we're going to have highlight the team members, and have lots of incredible content and have multiple streams of income. So I think, Bill, that kind of, is there anything else that I should show there, or we can just see if there's any questions? I want to make sure everyone understands that. It's a good question that Ron is asking about cookies, and I haven't found out that. Is this a permanent cookie or last touch for our prospects or leads? I got to find out on that, Ron, how that works and how we can set that up. I don't know, Bill, if you found out from Gavin yet.
No, we haven't found that out yet, but I think we can still have some more discussion in regards to that, and I'm sure Gavin and his team can implement however we want it to be. And so some of you are probably wondering, you know, so first of all, we wanted to have this conversation with you all today. This is sort of like an internal launch, if you will. So first of all, this is just between us, our MOB team, the people on this webinar. This has not yet gone public, right? We have not yet released this publicly, and we're specifically not going to yet. We had kind of like a leadership team meeting a week or two ago about this, and there's other people as well who are part of this leadership team who just weren't able to attend this webinar for scheduling reasons. But there's about 8 of us as it stands right now. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to really unveil this to you, because we wanted to first of all just keep you in the loop, get you informed and up to date on what we've been planning. We wanted to roll this out to you. We wanted to obviously address any questions that you had and make sure that you understand this and the plan and how it's going to benefit you. And then the next step is that the first or second week of December, we are all collectively, meaning all of us, everyone, us, you, everyone, within our MOB team, we will launch this out to the world, basically. And so that will be a series of us all promoting this. And so you promote this to your list, promote this on Facebook, promote this through social media, promote this on your blog. We're going to basically promote like a launch call, a launch webinar, similar to this, where the site will be obviously ready. It'll be up and running and ready to go. We'll have bonuses in there. There'll be some content. It'll be a finely tuned running machine. We won't at that point be showing someone else's version and what ours might look like, right? This is still all very much in the process of getting done, just so you know. That's why we don't have our site to show you today yet, right? But this is all being worked on and created behind the scenes. So the idea is that we will launch this. I forget if we nail down an actual date, with the first, second week of December, where, again, collectively all of us will just, shout from the rooftops to the world about this webinar that you've got to be on, where we will unveil this. And at that point, anyone that you have invited, will be linked to you, and so then when they join, it'll start building, they'll join you within MOB. They'll join under you in MOB. Now, the plan then is that it doesn't just end right there. The plan is that, for the most part, once a month, if not twice a month, we will do these subsequent consecutive calls, right, like this, like webinars or these webinars on airs, where we'll continue to promote this team site and this team concept idea, right? And what's neat about that is that we have this sort of leadership group right now, which is sort of a static leadership group at this moment, but we want to make this leadership component, this leadership group, much more of a dynamic, fluid group, right? Not that we're going to kick people out to replace people, but the point is we want to have you all, or some of you, or a few of you, become featured within this leadership group. Now, why would we do that, and what does that mean for you? Well, we want to do that to incentivize you to play a more active role within MOB, right? This is all about building our MOB teams and our MOB organizations, right? So obviously we want everyone's focus to be more on MOB, and we want to have that leadership group and the featured leadership group and being able to actually have your own content, right, as far as content that can be shared, a privilege, right, something that you have to somewhat earn, right, and there'll be different upgrades within MOB that will get you there, as well as just being able to put forth good content and being a good MOB participant and a leader within our organization and so forth. So it will be something that is somewhat selective. We're not going to make it like a hard thing or an impossible thing, and it's not going to be a static group that only has 8 members, right? We want to make this a fluid, dynamic thing because we want to have new people featured within the leadership group. We want to have you eventually have your content feature that other new people can share your content. So it's not just my content or Michelle's or Norbert's or Kate's or Angela's or the other people currently on the leadership team, right? So we're going to create a system of either upgrading or incentivization that makes it really cool for you to be a part of this leadership panel on then the subsequent down the road calls, so that you can, so that people that are new come into this, say it's 3 months down the road, and we're now on our 4th or 5th of these calls, and there's lots of people showing up, and you invite several people, and you have prospects that show up, and this is their first time on one of these calls, and oh my gosh, then they see you on the panel as one of the featured leaders, and that you have content on this team site as well. It's going to position you now as a leader and as an authority, right? So the goal, again, is to really build this momentum-wise and enable and promote everyone right now, all of you, and there's, again, various different levels of experience and marketing skills on this call right now, just on this panel, as well as you as attendees, as well as everyone that's just in our team, right? The goal is to try to enable and uplift as many of you as possible into this sort of authority status, into this leadership platform at some point, just to increase your own street cred, frankly. You're to help increase your own value, so that it's not just like this Mount Rushmore of a few leaders and that's all that it is, right? We want this to be a fluid thing and a dynamic thing, and ultimately the goal is to have every one of you at some point featured as one of the leaders in here for your own branding and your own value, and to increase your own authoritative status. Does that make sense? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a huge point. And one of the things that we've been focused on with MLSP, and maybe Kate or Angela can speak about this as well, is we've really been focused in the last 2 years on developing leadership. And we've done that through recognition and through exposure. And that's one of the things that we really want to do on this authority website. We're going to be doing a lot of interviews. We're going to be doing a lot of guest case studies. We're going to be highlighting you guys. So if you have success stories, if you have experiences that you want to share, get in touch with us so we can interview you, so we can get you up on the website, so that you can then promote those videos of you being interviewed by myself or by Michelle or Bill, and using that as credibility and to improve your authority status with your list. Okay, this is the way that you improve conversion rates. I see a lot of marketers really struggling with conversions. They're saying, I'm generating leads, I'm getting people to opt in, but nobody's engaging, nobody's taking action, nobody's buying. Well, this is exactly what we want to help you to do.
I think that's so true, Norbert and Bill. When Andrew and I first started out, one of the struggles that we had was you're trying to brand yourself, you're trying to build your brand, you're trying to gain exposure, but you're doing it through your own site, through your own blog, on your own fan page. So at the same time, you're trying to build up everything on your own. And by having other people, being a part of a team with people who already are successful in a specific area of marketing, then utilizing them, but then also utilizing it as an exposure agent yourself, you've just knocked away all of the base marketing skills that you still need to have, but you don't have to have that layer of pulling all-nighters to figure it all out. You're immediately inserted in, which is a huge difference, and I know that that's what happened for us once we started getting exposure with MLSP. Things just start to roll. It's like a crazy amount of momentum. And the same thing is what I see happening with this site, is just when someone else who's online, brand spanking new, comes to look at a site and they see you, they see your picture, they see your video, that's instant authority status, no matter what. It's just something, it's instant credibility, and that's the cool part that I really dug about this, is somebody who's brand new can hop right in and just become a part of a team and become an instant authority without having to do all that other techie stuff.
Yeah, very well said, Kate. And in my mind, if there's one word to kind of just really distill down what this means for you, it's leverage. You're going to be able to leverage, just from a technology standpoint, the team site, right, and all that goes with it. The different income streams you'll be able to leverage, getting people into as MTTB buyers to leverage. You're going to be leveraging the fact that you'll initially be able to piggyback off of our exposure and our reputations and our clout that you might not have yet, right? So just by being associated and part of this team site, it's like, hey, in order to get all this crazy awesome stuff from Bill and Michelle and Norbert and Kate and all these guys, you join me, and then you'll get all this stuff, right? So you're leveraging the bonuses that we have, all the work that we've done to get to this point just from notoriety and exposure within the industry, right? Because if you don't have that yet, right, like Kate just said, it can take a long, hard road, many all-nighters to get to that. You'll be able to leverage our content, right? So right off the bat, hey, you're camera shy, you don't really know what to say in a blog post, no worries, right? Leverage what we're going to have there for you, and then insert your own link in, right? So again, you're able to leverage, in essence, the work and marketing skills of those of us who are already doing this stuff and have this all in place. And then, as far as these consecutive monthly calls that we'll do, that again, presumably, we will ultimately end up featuring some of you, most of you, if not all of you, on these calls. you'll be able to leverage that as well, just to build your own, to help build your own brand and help to expand your own notoriety and your own authority. So as we've been talking about this, and as this thing is kind of the genesis of this idea and where it's gone from just ideas into now implementation and taking action, and all of us being on this call today, the one real common thread that has been woven throughout this is how can we most benefit with this, the brand new person who doesn't have the experience, doesn't have the clout, doesn't have the blog, doesn't have the content, doesn't have all this stuff just quite yet, and is stumbling on the conversions, because the conversions in large part has to do with the know, like, and trust factor. If they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, you could offer them a box of candies for free and they wouldn't take it, right? An offer really has to have the know, like, trust factor there if there's someone that really want to take action and plunk down their credit card. What this is giving you all as the brand new or moderate new or intermediate person is a whole new level of that know, like, and trust factor that you'll be able to leverage from what we're all just bringing to the table collectively and as a team. So that was really the biggest goal, is how can we most benefit the most amount of people who could really benefit from this kind of thing the most, right? Who really could use something like this when it comes to conversions and getting their first, maybe just their first sale, right? And what I love about what Norbert said earlier is that the interview element and the case study element, we want that because that's going to benefit all of us. Because if we can say, look, it's one thing for Michelle and I to say, hey, look at us, we're having success with this, right? That's really cool and that's great. But if we can say, hey, look, we're working with Susie Q and Phil, and because of what we've done with Susie Q and Phil, and because Susie Q joined us in MTTB, because they're working with us and they're part of our team site, Susie Q now has gotten her first 5 MLR sales and made her first $10,000, and she never made money online before. And it's a result of being part of our thing that we got going on here. That's what you call a win-win scenario, right? Because that's going to make people say, wow, because they did this and now this brand new person is now getting sales, I want to join. And obviously in the same light, Susie Q or you will be the one that we're featuring. So you're getting the exposure as the case studies. So it's just a win-win across the board. And it's something that as an experienced marketer, you love to have these case studies of, hey, look, see who I helped and look how well they're doing, because it's a feather in your own cap from a validation standpoint. But that person who's the example in the case study, well, they're the benefactor as well. So someone made a comment there's like limitless possibilities as far as helping people out with this, and I completely agree. It's going to help Michelle and I in our business. It's going to help Kate and her mo business. It's going to help Norbert in his business. But obviously the goal is going to help you all with your businesses. So I just am very excited about this, and we wanted to really unveil this to you. We wanted to roll it out. And if you guys have questions right now, feel free to ask your questions away in the chat box there. We're going to hang out here still for a bit and answer any questions.
Yeah, definitely. This is the time to ask some questions, and I'll just kind of close up as well. A couple of questions that I've been getting is okay, what can I do in the meantime between now and the release? I think what I would do in the meantime is get ready to promote. If you've been doing Facebook advertising, now's the time to crank it up and start building your list, because you're going to have an awesome promo. And the more people that you can promote this to when we release our Hangout in early December, the more signups you're going to get. Okay, so if you're doing any kind of list building right now, if you're doing any type of advertising, now's the time to crank it up, because you want to have people to invite to this Hangout. This Hangout will garner a little bit of attention, because you've got several people in the leadership who've got big lists and big marketing power, and with the team promoting this as well on Facebook, there's going to be a lot of noise that's going to be made about this, and there's going to be that curiosity element to see, well, what are Bill, Michelle, Norbert, Kate, and all these people up to? What are they doing? What is this thing? And we're going to definitely tap into that curiosity factor. There's going to be a lot of people curious and interested to see what we're up to and what's going on and what we're releasing on December, whatever it's going to be, the first couple of weeks of December there. And you're going to be able to leverage that excitement and curiosity and promotion. You're going to be promoting that Hangout along with us, and the more people that you invite to that Hangout, the more people are going to join you in MTTB. Remember, that the only way for people to get access to the team site and all the bonuses that we're going to put together and the big offer that we're going to make and to get access to our team is for them to join you in MTTB at only $49. So we're going to have people on this hangout. We're going to make this incredible offer. We're going to show them everything they're going to get, and all they have to do is invest $49. Okay, so it's a no-brainer. I know conversions are going to be through the roof. Whenever there's something new and exciting and a new offer in the space, that is when conversions are the highest. That is when you want to take advantage of it. Okay, so now is not the time to sit around and wait and see if this is going to work. This is when you go in and you market hard and you do everything that you possibly can to get as many people on this hangout in early December. Now, at the same time, that being said, it's really important that you understand the MOB compensation plan, okay? Because if you're going to be promoting and you're going to be putting all this energy and maybe money into promoting for this hangout and getting people on this hangout to really create an explosion in your business, you've got to understand the MOB comp plan. You got to understand that everyone that you sign up at that $49 on that hangout, okay, is locked into their line of sponsorship. And if you don't understand that, get with your coach, get with your sponsor, and have them explain that to you. So, you know, one of the things that I would really consider at this point is position yourself at the highest level you possibly can at this point. Okay, now is the time to position yourself. The reason we're doing this promotion, we want to create excitement and energy, and we want to get lots of signups. We want to get lots of excitement. This is how you do it: is you put together a killer offer. You create an event, you create excitement around it. This is the whole launch concept, and people sign up. Okay, that's how you do it. It's really simple. And you guys get to leverage that. You guys get to benefit from that. This is a small group of affiliates right now that are on this team hangout. So you guys are getting first mover advantage right now by being aware of this and understanding what's happening, and by being the ones to promote it. Okay, as the team grows, there's going to be more affiliates and more people promoting this. You know, there's going to be more competition, so to speak. But right now, you guys are at the very beginning. This is the time. You know, I hate to use that concept, but this is the time to really fully commit and position yourself as high as you possibly can in the comp plan to benefit from the upgrades. Okay, so that's what I would do right now. Between now and the launch is build that list, get ready to promote hard. You know, if you have a list and you haven't been in contact with them, start creating some content to get in touch with them, to, you know, warm up that list, warm up the relationship with that list, tease people with a little bit of curiosity. You know, get ready for this promotion, because if you want to make money, this is the time to do it.
Absolutely. Great insights there, Norbert. And so as far as within our just MOB organization, our MOB team, obviously the cat is now out of the bag, right? So there's no more like, we're going to tease you with information like, check out this webinar coming up, I got some cool, like that's all done, right? That's this webinar here. But we still need to tease the marketplace, right? So the cat, just because so this is still this is a private conversation, all right? So there's 30 plus people on this call, so as private as a 30 plus person call can be with, you know, 30 people, this is still kind of like insider knowledge that you are all now privy to. So as far as disseminating information for all of us moving forward on dates and ideas and marketing and masterminding, we're going to contain that within the 2 Facebook groups that we have. All right, so feel free to communicate all about this and ask questions with us for now within our private Facebook groups. But I would ask that, you know, for now, that we're not just like, that you all don't just like run onto Facebook right now and share like very specific details of what we just shared with you, right? We do want to still keep the cat contained within the bag, and as Norbert said, tease people, drip out bits of information. That's how a launch goes. If we were to just like throw up all over the world right now about this, it would be very anticlimactic once the launch came around, right? And that's not the point, and that's not effective. So just understand that this is still just this was an internal launch only today, right? And we'll do an external launch, obviously, that you know, early second week of December. So as far as questions moving forward, absolutely communicate within our private 2 Facebook groups. We'll obviously disseminate more and more information to you. We'll come up with ideas, you know, maybe even some like swipe copy ideas, like, you know, copy promoting on Facebook idea, things that you can just kind of use to then you know, market when the time is right. And we will keep you all informed. We'll keep you in the loop. Feel free to ask questions. but do not run out today or tomorrow or even the next week and just start blabbering about this. It's got to be sort of a controlled sort of build up to really make it effective when we do launch this to the world. Does that make sense?
I think a great way to deliver content now, as Norbert was saying, was delivering to your list. Could when you want to sprinkle things out, could be shooting a video on how to leverage a leader when you feel like you don't have value to offer. Now, obviously, you're not going to share that we're going to be launching this big team site, but you could create a quick 3-minute video, send it out to your list, and say, hey, do you feel like you're brand new and you don't have value to give to the marketplace? Here's something cool that you can do and that you can utilize in order to be known as an authority or be known as an authority in your marketplace. That's quick and simple, but it is a little bit of a tease. You're starting to build up some buzz without really creating any buzz. You're getting people's brains inclined to want to know more about what you're talking about. That's a good example.
That's a great idea. Absolutely. That's a really good idea, in fact, Kate. Yeah, this is all about planting seeds for now in people's brains. And Kate just, I mean, that's perfect. There's probably several different examples of what Kate just shared. How generically speaking, how best to leverage a leader if you're not a leader yet? Or have you ever thought about start almost raising these hypothetical questions that will make people start thinking, oh yeah, I hadn't really thought about it that way. That's a pretty good idea. Thanks, Joe Blow, for making me think that way. Then obviously it's leading towards ultimately when we just ba-ba, and then we share with them the whole team site thing. So it's all about planting seeds right now in an almost generic type way, but getting them to start thinking towards leading them towards what ultimately will be a team site, right? You could even do generically, hey, how would your business be different if you actually had a coach that you could work with? Things like that. Think about the benefits that they just implicitly get just by joining Mobe, even not within within the constructs of what we're going to roll out. But what if you had a coach in your business? What if you actually had a 21-step blueprint? What if you had multiple tier different products? Or if you had 10 different income streams, how would that change things for you? So you can generically start planting seeds about what you're now aware of, what they will get when they join Mobe, or what they'll also get when being part of this team site, and generically plant the seeds with your videos and your content and emailing your list, etc.
Now, Evelio is asking a specific question about what the income streams are going to be because he wants to make sure that he's fully positioned. So I'll just touch on that really quickly. We haven't decided on all 10 yet. It's not in stone. What we do know is basically we're modeling after Bill and Michelle's business. Okay, Bill and Michelle have built a very successful online affiliate business, direct sales business. So we're essentially building it, modeling it after Bill and Michelle's business. Okay, you guys are literally going to be able to use Bill and Michelle's exact business that's making them 6 figures a month. Okay, and that includes their income streams. So the 3 primary income streams that I know Bill and Michelle use right now and promote are Mobe, MTTB, MLSP, and MITS. Okay, so those are the 3 main income streams. So those 3 we will definitely be having in place. And then in addition to that, there's going to be a lot of products. So I know Bill and Michelle have created a few different products, so we'll be able to sell those because they sell really well, especially the Facebook marketing courses. Tools like an autoresponder, like Aweber or GetResponse, like ClickFunnels or Lead Pages. Those types of tools we're going to be promoting as well, okay? But the 3 core ones will be MLSP, Mobe, and MITS. Now, if you're trying to get yourself positioned, what I would recommend, and Bill, if you agree with me on this, let me know, but in my opinion, in my recommendation, your main income stream is Mobe, okay? So, MITS is a great secondary income stream. It's a great traffic training product that Vince has put out, but it's definitely not going to be a primary thing that we promote on the website. Okay, Mobe is the thing. So you want to position yourself as high as possible in Mobe first. Okay, so if you're trying to decide, well, should I upgrade in MITS so I can make money off of those commissions, or should I buy MLR in Mobe? Well, that's easy. Buy MLR in Mobe. Okay, absolutely. That's where you want to be positioned in first. Okay, and then if you have the extra money to upgrade and purchase the MITS Entrepreneur 3 level, then by all means go ahead and do that. Okay, but you can do this in stages. You don't have to have all 10 income streams right away. You do. Bill and Michelle didn't start out with 10 income streams. Okay, you build it up in stages. What I would recommend is you should at least be positioned with MLSP, at least in the gold membership, so you can at least benefit from that, because that's a huge thing that Bill and Michelle promote. So if you're not an MLSP, I would at least get positioned at the $49 level, at the gold level. I think it's $49, right? Here I am asking about that.
Didn't you own that company once?
So you want to be positioned with MLSP. You definitely want to be able to benefit from those commissions. And then with MITS MOB, you would want to be positioned at MLR. I would say that's the minimum. You would want to be positioned at MLR, so you can get those $1,000 upgrades, because that's really what's going to catapult your business. You start getting those $1,000 commissions. That's what's going to catapult your business. That's the way to do it. So those would be your two priorities.
Yeah, absolutely. And without a doubt, of any of the income streams mentioned here and that we're going to consider, MOB far and away has the largest income potential, right? And that's just by design. That's just how MOB is designed that way. And that's just and that's why, again, this is a very MOB centric. Like as Norbert illustrated, when he showed Gavin's site was a very MLSP oriented site, right? Ours is going to be very MOB oriented. It's going to be all about getting people into MOB and building our MOB businesses. These other income streams are just add-ons, something that are here, kind of here and there, and onesie-twosie type things that you don't necessarily have to think, I got to get positioned in all of these. I have to buy 10 new things. You really don't. And from the product standpoint, like when Michelle and I, if income stream number 8, 9, and 10 happen to be products that we've created, well, you would just be a straight up affiliate for that. So there's nothing really to get positioned for. Just if you were to promote that and someone buys it, you're going to get an affiliate commission for that. If you chose to buy the course as well, hey, cool. But just by having that as an income stream there, it's really just like a potential income stream for you to take advantage of or to have at your disposal, not something that you are having to like buy into more and more stuff. These are really just these are income stream potentials, I guess, if you will, but the primary driver clearly being MOB. So as Norbert said, if you are sitting here humming and hawing, what do I do? Which one should I put? MOB is the one, because there's by far and away the biggest upside in earning income potential with MOB, hands down over any of these other things. And again, that is by design. We're not going to have anything in there that conflicts with MOB. There's not going to be like an MLM opportunity. We're not going to like put Visalis in there as a choice as well. I mean, not picking on Visalis, it just popped in my mind. But this is going to be a very congruent package, right? There's not going to be confliction. You're not going to have to make people wonder like, gosh, what should I do? I'm so confused by all these. No, it's going to be driving them to MTTB and MOB, very MOB centric in that regard.
Now, the other element on this website, and I'm on the technical side of things, I still am not 100% clear on it, but I'm pretty sure that I am. On the list building aspect of this website, I do believe, and when we reveal this, when we have it designed, then I'll know for sure how it's going to work. But I'm pretty sure. I do believe that you will actually be able to build your own email list through MLSP. Okay. Because with MLSP, you're able to integrate your own autoresponder, Aweber, GetResponse, GVO. Okay, so what we'll do to help you build your email list is we'll have a banner for an opt-in or a lead magnet. Okay, and that lead magnet will be tied to an MLSP affiliate account. So if you've got your MLSP affiliate ID programmed into the system, that'll be your MLSP affiliated account, and it'll go to a capture page, an MLSP capture page. Okay, that'll give away, some tools, some free training. Instagram's really hot right now, so maybe we'll have an Instagram opt-in. Okay, so if you're this would be one of the reasons to be an MLSP member, because then you can put in your MLSP affiliate account. People want to get that Instagram training. They're going to put their email address into that opt-in. That's going to go to your email autoresponders, your Aweber. So you'll be able to build your email list as well from the visitors on that website. So that's pretty kick butt as well. So not only are you benefiting from the content, but you'll actually be able to use it as a list building tool as well. So that's pretty huge.
That's very huge.
Yeah.
Kate, did you have anything that you wanted to add here to wrap things up?
I think overall, what really got me excited about this when we had a previous private meeting with us and some of the other leaders that you guys will meet in the future was the sense of community is always great, right? And everybody puts together a Facebook, a Facebook page and a group, and everyone gets to ask questions in there. But having a sense of a team, especially with a high-ticket offer, is not always extremely common. What you normally see is you see a bunch of different people trying to build their high-ticket offers, their affiliate offers, and everybody's in some ways competing with each other. And so to have a powerhouse authority of people come together to truly give out content and value for the newbies was what made me so excited about this. And what you should be excited about too, if you're watching this or you're watching the replay, is just the fact of the amount of experience that you're going to be able to consume as well too, through the content and the value that's given on this site, but just the opportunity for anyone who's brand new to not feel like, I can't do this because I don't have this, I don't have that. It tips the scale, and that's what I'm really excited about. It creates a community and it creates a team that's just really there to help you move forward in your business. And that's why I was so excited when Bill and Michelle brought this up, and why Andrew and I hopped on and immediately wanted to be a part of this. I just really think that that's what I'm pumped about for all of you guys.
Awesome. Cool. Norb, any final parting words? Any parting words, Norb?
I'm excited. I always like to leverage. When I saw what Bill and Michelle were doing, I was looking to build another income stream. I've always looked at Mob as an income stream that I would like to build. I'm a big top-tier guy. I got my start in 2007 with a top-tier company. If you look at most of the highest-paid online marketers in our niche, we've all done it in top tier. We have not done it in MLM. That is a little secret that's not very often talked about in this niche, but if you really look at it, the majority of the online gurus in our niche, we've all done it in top tier, because we know that the affiliate model just works a lot better online than the traditional network marketing model. So I've been kind of eager to get back into the game as an affiliate marketer and get back into top tier. So when I looked at what Bill and Michelle were doing, and when I looked at where Mob was at, I saw a great opportunity to build an income stream here. But I'm a guy, I'm actually pretty lazy when it comes down to it, and so I don't want to rebuild everything from scratch. I just want to use what Bill and Michelle already have. And so when I saw Gavin's team site thing, we started talking about how to best leverage who we've already got on the team and all the things that have already been created. It's like, well, geez, let's make this available to everybody so we can all just benefit from what's already working for others, and that's really what it's all about. So I'm really excited to see the success stories come out, and I'm just hoping that Matt's team can handle all the new customers we bring them. We might have to hire some new coaches.
They absolutely will. Their phone team's going to be very busy. Very busy. Well, awesome. Well, we're going on just a little bit over an hour here, so I just want to thank you all for your time. Just really wrapping this up real quick. We're just very excited about this. We're very excited for many different reasons, but mainly we're excited for what we really feel this can do for all of you in your business. Especially like the new person, the little guy, quote unquote the little guy. This really, we feel, is going to give us a shot in the arm, like a boost of adrenaline in all of our businesses collectively. And we're looking forward. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. And when we're doing these calls, these hangouts, they're not going to be stuffy old, webinars. We're going to have fun. The team site's going to be fun. This is all going to be about, having a lot of fun and helping a lot of people and having very profitable businesses as a result. So we're excited for ourselves. We're very excited for you all and what this means. And we'll just keep you updated within the Facebook groups. We'll keep disseminating information, and we'll just keep it contained within one of the two groups, either the Bill and Michelle Mob licensee group or our MTTB group, either or. But yeah, feel free to ask questions, moving forward in those groups, and we're gonna rock this thing out. We can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, yeah, so thanks, everybody, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great rest of the week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.